Now, bringing you the very best in New Hampshire-based local music on IPMNation.com and 100.1 The Planet, this is Local Outbreak. Is this Andrew North and the Rangers?
It's Andrew North and some Rangers.
And some Rangers, yeah.
And some.
I'm to get on the right camera here. My laptop's being squirrely.
Oh, our listeners can't see you anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's just audio. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, so who's with you? Who else do we have?
We have Dale Grant, who plays drums, and Jillian Rourke, who plays baritone saxophone.
Very good. Well, welcome to the program. And we were supposed to do this in person, but of course the weather, as we were just discussing, has been not cooperative. It's pretty bad here. How is it where you are?
It is suboptimal.
Yeah.
We got some snow.
Yeah. We're fortunate that we didn't have to travel far to get here, but it was supposed to just be rain in this area, and that at one point at least it was supposed to just be rain, but suboptimal indeed. So so welcome. By the way, we played that. I don't know if you were able to listen, but we played Out of Time, the opening track from the new live album, One for the Road. And that was recorded at Area 23. Is that correct?
That's right. That was one of the last concerts at Area 23. And we had just the best time that night. And we got a real recording, so it was awesome to be able to put out an album from that.
DJ Reckless is here with us as well. And Reckless, I assume you have the same thought that I just had?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're not doing live music anymore at Area 23?
Area 23 has kind of rebranded and reformatted, so now it's the Forum Pub in Pennacook. They just opened, and it's an awesome spot. But it's a much smaller room, so they can't do full bands, but they are still doing music.
Good.
Oh, okay, just not full bands. Interesting.
That felt like a staple to me.
Wax and singer-songwriter stuff now. It's small.
Oh, yeah, I had no idea. I didn't know the change. Is Kirk still there? Kirk McNeil? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kirk has the Forum Pub now, so.
Yeah, they ended up relocating. They moved out of the Area 23 spot at the end of September. So we played the second to last weekend there. And then they've been working really hard to get the new pub open. And it's awesome. I was up there last week. It's a really cool spot.
Okay. Good.
Did you guys just play at the Shaskeen last weekend?
We did.
We did, Friday, yeah.
I was going to say, I was pretty sure you guys were up here.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Yeah.
What a weekend.
Yeah. We had who did we have on the show? Who they do a ton of shows. It was just last weekend. The weeks run together, but it's a band that they do a lot of St. Patrick's Day shows, and it's like the one time where they're playing at like 9 a.m, 11 a.m, during St. Patrick's Day.
I'm trying to remember the name of the band. I think I know who you're talking about, but
anyways. Yeah. It's right on the tip of my tongue too.
You get your laptop right in front of you.
I'm still getting used to doing this in the morning. I don't know how long I can use that excuse, but I'm going to milk it today.
As long as you can.
As long as I can, yes.
As long as you can, my friend. Because this is proving to me I am not a morning person. Granted, I haven't slept, but
Right.
Gotta love nightlife.
Now, who's in the Jade trio? Is that the three of you?
That's the three of us. So that's kind of the main reason we're talking to folks on the radio and stuff right now is we have an EP coming out on Friday, April 5th.
Okay.
That we're really excited about. And the Jade Trio project is this weird little happenstance offshoot of Andrew North and the Rangers. And a lot of what we do is weird little happenstance stuff. So we had a month or so last year, month and a half, where basically nobody could make it to band practice except for the three of us.
Oh.
And so we go up and we have like a saxophone and drums and a piano. And we're like, well, we can't really work on band stuff because we're missing half the band. So we decided to kind of work up some stuff on our own, work on some new songs, most of which have made their way over to Andrew North and the Rangers. But we had them in this kind of trio setting that we really liked. And so we wanted to kind of document that moment in time. So we just grabbed the recital hall at the Concord Community Music School for like a Saturday afternoon, set up a bunch of microphones, and did some recording, and it came out really well. So we're really stoked to be able to share that.
Yeah, we've got some music that you sent us. And so you recorded this right there at the school?
Yeah, we're actually in the basement of the music school right now, which is where we practice. And then we just went upstairs, and they have a beautiful Steinway piano up there, and we set up some drums and the saxophone, and so we really were trying to just get the sound without a lot of like overdubbing or editing or anything. So the album really is just what it sounded like in the room that afternoon, which we think is really cool.
That is cool. Yeah, I haven't been to. I lived in Concord for a very long time, and I've been to the music school, but I haven't been there in a long time. But that's fantastic that you were able to do that. And it sounds like so. This whole thing was recorded in one day, in one afternoon at the school.
Yeah, we just did 2 or 3 takes of each song. They were all good, and then we just sort of put our heads together and picked the ones we liked best, and that's what's on the album.
Is this and this question is for all three of you. I mean, is this have any of you ever done a project like this before where it was kind of quick and spontaneous like that? Because obviously with Andrew North and the Rangers, for example, there's a lot of, because we talked before when you were on the show, there's a lot that goes into it. But it sounds like this was just such a quick and spontaneous thing. Have any of you done anything quite like this before?
Yeah, I have. I've been in bands in 6 states all over the country, and
yeah.
We had a couple of recordings in Northern California where we went into Redwood Studios for like 3 hours and recorded 2 songs that were used on a logging documentary.
Oh, wow. For real? Yeah, no kidding.
Back in the early 90s.
I didn't know you were logging documentary famous still.
Wow.
So that was very quick, and that was like the one take thing. And actually a fun thing about that, we didn't like the first drum track, so I actually recorded a drum track after all the other tracks and played to them, and the producer's like, "There's no way you're going to do this. You can't. There's no way." And so, but I put it down, and it worked out fine, and that's what we put out. It was really fun. But yeah, that was like a 3-hour little session, and
no kidding.
Yeah.
I think I did it back in high school when my high school. I'm a former Londonderry Lancer, and our little side band that we had in school won a competition, and we got 3 hours in a recording studio.
Yeah.
And thousands. So we did something like that for 3 hours. But
we'll have to dig that recording.
Yeah, we'll have to dig that up. We played the Nintendo. We scored out all the Nintendo music.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
But no, I would say haven't done something like this in a very long time.
Yeah, the closest thing I did to this style of recording was I did a duo project like 2017 or something with a drummer from my old band up in Vermont, and we just put in a little bit of studio time. I think it was 2 afternoons, and just banged out a bunch of songs. But then I took that home and I overdubbed a bunch of keyboards onto it. So it's like getting the bass track of the drums and the keys we did, really off the cuff. But I've always spent more time crafting stuff than this one was. And I think it really lines up with the spirit of the project as to how it came out.
Yeah. Now, are you playing out as the trio? Do you have shows coming up? Or because you did mention that some of these songs have found their way into the Andrew North and the Rangers.
We're doing a one-time only performance for Jade Trio where we're opening for ourselves.
Yeah.
Hopefully the opener's going to be good.
On April 5th at the music school, in the same room we recorded it at, we're doing a benefit show to raise money for the community music school and music education.
Oh.
And Jade Trio's the opening act, and then we're doing an acoustic show with Andrew North and the Rangers after that. So that's going to be unique as well. It's going to be super fun.
Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool. Well, why don't we, we did play, we played an Andrew North and the Rangers track earlier. Let's play something from the Jade Trio, and but I'll let you pick. I've got any one of these songs that is ready to go. So what would you like me to play?
So let's start from the top. Let's go with the first track, which is Ben Folds' Brain.
Yeah.
Ben Folds' Brain. Oh, tell me about this before we hear it. Why is it called Ben Folds' Brain? Is it literally about Ben Folds' Brain?
Well, I like to give songs weird names.
Yeah.
To some degree. I think, it's memorable. And this song is kind of about like feelings of creative insecurity, and like when you're writing songs or you get inspired by something and you're trying to write a song, and then you compare yourself to the folks who may or may not be way better than you at it.
Right.
Give you a tough feeling. And so like that song sort of comes from that place. I also just, songwriting style, I tend to just sort of take what comes to me. Mm-hmm. And I was cleaning my garage in the spring a couple years ago, and for whatever reason, this idea just kind of came into my head. And I had, the basic shape of it while I was cleaning my garage. And, I told my wife, I was like, hang on a second. I ran down to my basement where my piano is and just, jotted some notes down. And then I had the song pretty shortly after that. So,
okay.
They come as they are. And I don't think a lot about feelings of creative insecurity or things like that. But then a song like this will come out and it'll be like, oh, maybe I am really insecure.
All right. Well, very well. Hey, you do something positive with it when you make music from it. So that's good. All right, let's give this a listen, and then we'll come back and talk some more. So here it is. This is the, and this hasn't been heard on the radio before, correct?
No, this is a world premiere.
Ben Folds Brain from the Jade Trio.
in a cave underground, black t-shirts all the time. Got a pretty complex love life, yeah, I do alright. I sit at the piano, sometimes it gets me down. 20/20 vision and the shoes of a clown. As a brick, I landed where I shouldn't be. Throw your phone in the pool, just give up, yeah, don't envy me. I sit at the piano, all I feel is two. Try as I might, can't seem to write a decent tune. Flying, everyone be moved. I'd be an artist and have nothing left to lose. Flying, everyone be moved. If I had Ben Folds bring my life will just be swell. I say what's on my mind, you know I'd express myself. Fingers flying, everyone be moved.
I love that. That is Ben Folds' Brain. That's the name of the song. The band is the Jade Trio, and we have the Jade Trio with us. That is great. I love that. And it's funny, too. I was saying to Reckless here, when the piano comes in at the beginning, it does remind me of Ben Folds. But what a great song. Very catchy, and I love the lyrics. Great job.
Thanks. Given the topic of the song, I felt like I had to really, dig into some Ben Folds imitation without going too far into it. But that was definitely on my mind when I was putting it together.
Yeah.
He's so good.
And Ben Folds is an influence of ours, So.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
kind of a
no doubt.
tribute.
Yeah.
Has he put out anything in a while? I feel like I haven't heard the name Ben Folds in a long long
He just put out a new one.
He was here locally like 2 months ago, and we missed it.
Oh.
I think we missed it. He was like the Cap Center or something. And we're like, oh.
I caught him at the Cap Center a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He put out some orchestral stuff, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, that is incredibly cool. What's the name of the album? I can't remember off the top of my head. I can look it up. But he's, sort of funny and nerdy, and the music is very kind of music nerdy, and I think we definitely draw a lot from that. He put out an orchestral album in 2015 called So There that I personally am absolutely in love with that album. If you need something like that to listen to.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Now, so you've got the show, so you're going to be opening for Andrew North and the Rangers as the Jade Trio. And when is that again?
April 5th at the Music School at 7:30, so it's an early show.
And then what are future plans for the Jade Trio? Do you plan to add more shows? Or are you going to refocus on Andrew North and the Rangers, or what's the long-term trajectory?
Andrew North and the Rangers is the primary project, and that's, really what we book shows for and we practice for, and that's where our energy goes. And the Jade Trio, again, in the spirit of the project, kind of happened. We were capturing a little moment in time, and I think beyond this show celebrating the album, it's going to be let's see what happens kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I would expect there'll be something, but there's nothing on the roadmap or no active planning in that department right now.
Yeah. Like if one of the future openers cancels, we'll be all set.
As a DJ, I'm now going to just open for myself.
There you go.
As a totally different name.
There you go.
At least I know he won't be terrible.
We're all going to wear mustaches.
Goes in disguises.
Yeah.
That wasn't really us.
A quick wardrobe change.
That's not the worst idea. That would be pretty funny. Now, what has been going on with Andrew North and the Rangers? You've got the live album came out in, was it December of last year?
I think it was on Thanksgiving last year.
Oh.
Which, I don't know if that's a good day to release an album or not.
Right.
Find out.
I'm not very good at that side of things.
Just being thankful towards Area 23.
Well, that actually was the idea when I picked that date. First off, it was November 23rd, which was kind of like the nearest date after I had all that mixed and mastered and sounding good. And I wanted to release it on the 23rd because it was an Area 23 show, and the number 23 factors fairly heavily into it. It was on September 23rd, the show.
Okay.
Then Thanksgiving was on November 23rd. So I was like, oh, there's a good date. And we as a band are so grateful for our community and our fans and our friends and everybody who helps us make it happen that Thanksgiving felt like a really appropriate day to put something out there like that. And it's, it's free on Bandcamp. It really is kind of a thank you. We got this really great recording of a night that felt very community oriented and, thankful for everything that Kirk did there. That it felt like the right timing, which was really cool.
Yeah, and recording a live album is not the easiest thing in a lot of cases. Trying to capture that vibe and still have it sound really good. Who helped you with that? Like in terms of a sound guy, or maybe you use I don't know if they had a house sound person, but whoever helped you with that recording that night, we should give them some credit too. Who worked with you on that?
this ties into both projects. It was the man who makes the magic happen, Mr. Curtis Arnett, who is a sax player on the Concord scene, who's a phenomenal musician, but he also worked sound at Area 23, and we brought him on to help us with Jade Trio, so he engineered that project as well.
Okay.
He's really good at what he does, so we love Curtis, and we work with him whenever we can.
Yeah, no doubt. Does he also play with Andrew North and the Rangers at any point, or had he in the past, or am I thinking of somebody else?
He has at times, and he has an Andrew North and the Rangers name. When he plays with us, his name is Justin the Dumpster Fireman, and that's a long story, but it's actually not that long a story. But so there are various shows and appearances by Justin the Dumpster Fireman with Andrew North and the Rangers, and that is Curtis Arnett. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense because I seem to remember it's coming back to me now from the last time that you were on the show. He does great work. Both projects sound really good. Should we play another Jade Trio song?
Yeah, I think if we have time to do all four, we'll just take them in order, and we can go to the second one, which is called The Road, and I can let Jillian introduce that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it was about 2 years ago. My son, who was around 10 at the time, had been writing some poems and actually wrote a poem to give to Andrew to write a song with some of the prose in that poem. So we sent it off to Andrew, and he composed this beautiful song around a lot of what my son James wrote. So James is pretty stoked about this because he gets some credit on Spotify. And but I would say, in general, that just I think it kind of captures what we try to do, no matter how old you are or what your experience level is, just trying to promote that creative spirit and collaborate and just kind of have fun with it. So a lot of the lyrics in this song is based off what James wrote. So
that is very cool, and congratulations to James. That's awesome. All right. Well, yeah, great. Let's give this a spin. So this is called The Road, and this is the Jade Trio. Check it out.
Climb that mountain, you'll see a burst of light. You see the sun, no weary haze this day. And when you awake, take cheer, the sun ascends. You set out once again to climb with hope renewed. Another mountain rests beneath your feet. You turn towards the sky, the sun awaits for you. upon your face and the rains fall on your fields. Till we meet again in time, be well, my friend, just walk that road into another day. Till we meet again in time, be well, my friend, just walk that road to another day.
I like that a lot. That is really cool. That is The Road. The band is the Jade Trio, and we have the Jade Trio joining us via Skype. Yeah, that is really, really good. I dig that.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, was that there's something that song reminds me of someone, but I can't quite place who it is. I mean, was there anyone particular? You know, the Ben Folds one is more obvious, but this one, but this one's evocative of somebody. But am I wrong? Am I just imagining that?
I don't know. I couldn't say anything super specific. For me personally, I'm a big Fish Trey Anastasio guy, and sometimes I get into that composition mindset, and so songs like this will kind of come from that place.
Yeah, I can hear that. I can definitely hear that. That might be what I'm thinking of.
And so every once in a while I try to clumsily operate in that territory. No, I love that song. I'm very proud of that one.
Yeah, that is really, really good. When you play out, or when you have, I know you just have the one show opening, of course, for Andrew North and the Rangers at the music school, but is it just going to be these, for that set, for the Jade Trio set, is it just going to be these 4 songs, or do you have additional songs that you're going to do, or?
We're definitely doing those 4, and then we are working up some other stuff that may be a surprise as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, does anybody else who is in Andrew North and the Rangers, are they kind of like, hey, why didn't you include us, or were they just too busy?
Come to practice.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of where it comes out. Is like things happen, and we're very much a band of you work with what you got, and you follow the threads where they lead, and this one ended up being a particularly sort of fruitful thread to follow.
Yeah. But we all have other little side projects and play with. Like Andrew just got invited to play with some other musician friends of ours last night at last minute. He's like, sure, you know. So that stuff happens a lot to all of us. So
Randy's in like 12 bands.
Randy. So it's fairly well weighted, and nobody has a problem with that. And so
no, that's really good. That's really good. And I mean, you know, it's good too, in that other music can come out of it, and other projects can come out of it, and it winds up working out for the best, you know, when you have something like this. And so I really like this. Now, is this the Jade Trio? Is this already on Spotify and everything? And can people get access to it? Is it already released?
No, it comes out on April 5th. Although that one, The Road, is on YouTube, sort of in advance of the album. So you can check that one out on YouTube. There's a video that goes along with it that we recorded when we were recording. But the album itself won't come out till April 5th.
Gotcha. That's the day of the show, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That's a good way to do it. And then I might, forgive me if I'm repeating this. I might have asked you this already. I'm not sure. For Andrew North and the Rangers, do you have any plans to do another studio album soon, or are you kind of just focused on what's right in front of you? Is there a long-term plan for another studio album?
It's in process, and we are in the process of sort of figuring out exactly what that looks like. And the way we're going about that right now is we have this huge pile of songs that we've built up since we did the last album, most of which we've been able to kind of work out most of the kinks of playing live, but we don't have sort of the definitive version of any of them. So we've been we self-recorded our last album, and that works well for us. And we're doing it again, where I just, we bring recording gear to practice, and we take, 3 or 4 passes at each song we think belongs on this project, and evaluate those takes, and that's what we're going to build from. But we're still sort of in that initial phase of that process.
Why? I'm sure we talked about this the last time you were on the show, but why do you approach it that way? Is it just more practical to do that instead of booking studio time somewhere? Or does it help I suspect it helps you capture some of the spontaneity of a live show, right? If you're actually recording at your rehearsal. Am I wrong? Is that helpful to do it that way?
You talk to enough musicians that I'm sure you're familiar with the phenomenon that once that red recording light turns on, everybody freezes or acts weird, and it's not natural. And I'm exactly like that too when I'm recording things. And so when you make it more casual and you're just recording at practice, and we're lucky to be able to record pretty cleanly at practice, then everybody's much more in their element, much more relaxed. Mm-hmm. You tend to get more natural takes of these songs. And sort of, we were talking about with Jade Trio, we recorded very much in the moment exactly what was happening in the room. And that's not what we're doing this time. But, I feel like when you're recording a band and you're recording the dynamics and the interplay and the personalities, you're much better off starting with a clean, good take of a song that has that vitality to it, rather than now we're going to track the drums and bass. Right. Then we're going to bring the keys, and then the shaker's going to get added later. And then, I would much rather have a really good live take with a good vibe, and then take that apart, clean up the vocals, fix any mistakes, add a few more layers on it. And that's what we did last time, and we really liked the results we got. So we're kind of doing that again.
Yeah, although we do multi-track everything when we record. When we set up 8 drum tracks.
We have
we do everything's digital. So if something's not right, we can go back in and in mastering and clean it up. But
right. No, that makes sense. Well, let's. The time goes so fast. I do want to get all 4 of these in. So let's play another track from the Jade Trio. Where should we go next?
Third track is called Blue. And
Bleu.
yeah, blue. Blue. This one I teach a lot of piano lessons, and so I have a lot of occasion where I'm killing half an hour between lessons or things like that, where I'm sitting in a room with a piano by myself, and those occasions, I'm a dad and, I have a day job. And so I don't get a lot of time where I'm just sitting in a room with a piano. And so I really love those times when I get them. And this song came out of a noodle I worked up when I was sitting there with a piano. And then the lyrics are kind of a sort of stream of consciousness amorphous. I write a lot of lyrics like that. And I like the theme that came out in these ones, though, which is a lot about sort of this notion of playfulness and of the sort of this undercurrent that the world is always kind of vital and young, even if we get old and cynical about it or things like that. And that's sort of one of the themes running through these lyrics that I really like, that kind of surprised me when it came out.
Okay. All right. Let's give this a listen. This is Blue, and this is brand new from the Jade Trio.
Tramping through the leaves, I find a scent that colors orange and brown in my mind. Trading cars and wheels that bray and make me wonder how I ever forgot how to play. She has got it right, blue beneath moonlight. Dust, she sprays me down with a hose so cold. When I make peace with words so sweet, it makes me wonder if this world could ever even grow. She has got it right, blue beneath moonlight. My blurred mind may wander off and leave me trailing far behind. I track the breadcrumb trail, but still I fail to finally spin it out and unwind. She has got it right, blue beneath moonlight.
That is Blue. That is brand new from the Jade Trio. And we have the Jade Trio here with us via Skype. Really, really good. Great stuff. I like that a lot. Very catchy. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you just said something just now, but I had the Skype muted. I apologize.
No worries.
We were just waiting for your cue. We're good.
Okay. No worries. Yeah, so you're going to be, obviously, we should remind people who are just joining us, you've got a big show coming up April 5th.
Yes.
As the Jade Trio, and then Andrew North and the Rangers. I've got all these extraneous computer sounds happening, and I don't know why. But just ignore that. It's live radio. Lots of things go wrong. But anyway, so please remind everybody about April 5th.
Yeah, April 5th at the Concord Community Music School, we're doing a benefit show for the school and for music education. So it's a free show, but it's a $10 suggested donation at 7:30 p.m., all ages, and it's going to be just a really fun, unique night of music for us because, so much of what we do is in more bars and music venues and theaters and things like that. And so to do the music school recital hall, which is a converted church and just a really cool room, is something we haven't done anything like it before. So we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, very cool. By the way, you mentioned you give piano lessons? Is that where you give the lessons right there at the music school in Concord?
Yeah, mostly at the music school here in Concord, and also up at Strings and Things, which recently moved from Concord to Pennacook, and they have a great new spot up there.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize they had moved again. I took guitar lessons there when I was a kid, a long time ago, and they had moved a couple of times. They had a couple of I don't know if you know the whole history of Strings and Things. They had a couple of fires and had to move a couple of times. And
but you took lessons when they were probably on Warren Street, huh? Back.
No, they were on. They might have been in Pennacook. They were, or not Pennacook, but they were on Fisherville Road at one time.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Huh?
That might have been before they were on Warren. That was before they were on Warren Street. And I remember they had a fire, and then they moved to Warren Street, and then there was another fire. They had two fires on two separate occasions in two different locations. And then I remember this vividly. They had a buy it before it burns sale. Because they tried to capitalize on the notoriety of, I don't know if notoriety is necessarily the right word, but of having had two different fires. It's quite the history of Strings and Things. But wow.
While we still have some time, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the open mics we do with Andrew North and the Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
We do a monthly open mic called the Highway to the Ranger Zone. That's at the Bank of New Hampshire stage in Concord, which is an incredible room. That lets us do an open mic and sort of give musicians access to that stage with, it's a theater with full PA and lights and a giant video screen. Yeah, it's right on Main Street. And so we do that the first Wednesday of every month, and it's free, and it's a really cool night of music because the people who come out of the woodwork for something like that are just amazing, and they're so talented. So if folks are interested in playing and getting up on a stage like that, first Wednesday of the month is always an opportunity.
Yeah, and it's free. It's free entry, open to the public too. So we'll have people just come in off the street and pick a seat and watch what turns into a variety show of some very talented musicians from all over. We have people drive over from Keene, up from Massachusetts, Seacoast. It's pretty amazing.
Outstanding.
The guy brought a theremin last time.
Oh, no kidding.
Bill. Great.
Oh, wild. That's very cool.
Favorite things about that open mic is you don't have to come with a fully formed band. Like we had a high school student who was a drummer last time come, and we just played with them. So I think we encourage that too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and giving like bassists or drummers who can't usually go to open mics, and here's my 3 songs on a snare drum or something, and
right.
They can come to this open mic, and it's band friendly and community oriented, and there's so many musicians around, including us, that you can put together a pickup band that's like, you play drums, we'll play with you, and so that makes for a really cool and off the cuff night of music. Yeah,
that's very cool. Very cool. Thank you, all 3 members of the Jade Trio joining us here via Skype. The big show coming up April 5th with the Jade Trio opening for Andrew North and the Rangers at the music school. And that is at 7:30, correct?
7:30, yes.
Okay. And where should people go online, too, to keep up with everything that you're doing in both the Jade Trio and Andrew North and the Rangers?
Facebook is a great place for it. We're very active on there and, maintain that very diligently. So you can just Andrew North and the Rangers on Facebook. The Jade Trio stuff just falls under that. We're not a real enough band to have our own social media. And then Andrew North and the Rangers.com is also a great place to keep up with what we're doing.
Yes. Outstanding. All right. I want to thank all three of you. I'm sorry we couldn't do it in person, but the weather is not cooperative. But we will have you in studio at some point in the future. I look forward to that. And who knows, maybe we'll see you on April 5th if possible. But I encourage people to go to that show, check it out. And we will close out with Epiphone.
Thank you so much, Matt. That was so much fun.
Matt.
Oh, thank you. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.